The repeated one-die blocks with pals and the repeated dodges, 50%, 67%.
Blocking with block and tackle. Okay, like, come on.
No, one-die blocking, you never paid for it.
None of those dodges I made were important dodges.
That's a rolling start, and here we are. Tonight, welcome for joining us, MML Pro Season 18. This is the Dungeon West and First Four Play Pool. As you hear, things are already heated in the booth, and we're ready to see some carnage. Today, I think, wait, who's the home team on this one? Let me check the schedule. I believe it is the Magrita Misfits. We're in Magrita, and they are hosting the Norse. If you look at this play pool, it's pretty wide open, other than that number 1 spot where the Plague Inc., the now tentacleless, pretty much, Plague Inc. is 3-0-0, and they're going to need that head start to last the rest of the season. Other than that, the rest of the play pool is just pretty much had not a not all the games are played, so we'll see how it pans out. But actually, is this the last one of them? No, this is one of the last 2, so we'll see. So teams got a chance to make it big here. You see Magrita sitting at number 5, but that's really up in the air depending on how it goes today. If they walk away with a victory, they'll be 2-0-1, which is a nice start. And the Norse also sitting at 1-0-1. So either team, that can happen for either team, or they can tie, go 1-1-1, and leave this division pretty much wide open, or this play pool wide open. Have you guys already in inducements?
I just got mine.
Cheney. Go ahead, dude.
I got Cheney and a babe.
Nice. So that's the Norse are going to pick up Wilhelm Cheney, the famous werewolf. So Norse with a werewolf to join the Yeti. It's furry time, along with the Ulfawerners.
No Yeti.
And there's no Yeti. Oh yeah, the Yeti was what happened to the Yeti? Was it just missing that game?
Broken. No, the guy's knee's broken. He's down another movement.
It's a slow Yeti.
Yeah, them elves, man. You gotta watch them elves. Never trust an elf.
So I am joined in the booth by my co-announcer, RandTheMad. What's up, Rand? How you feeling tonight?
All right. Tired, ready for bed, but here we are.
All right, we're gonna need to improve your energy there, Rand. Come on, how you doing tonight, Rand?
Let me go smoke a cigarette.
you sound yeah, you're way too he's way too down. You need to smoke something else, Rand. Maybe some PCP.
Oh, well,
get you in the mix.
Coming up right now.
Woo! Let's get this cracking. Blood Bowl after dark.
I have been sick for like the last 2 weeks, so there is that too.
No excuses, Rand. We're gonna get up for this game like we get up for a nice romp in the sheets with our favorite barmaid. There we go. Blood Bowl after dark.
Barmaid. Just my favorite half off person.
There
really,
you go. Half off, and we always know what half we're talking about. So we're taking we're tuning in our crystal ball now to see what's on the field over in Magrita, as the teams are lining up to kick the living crap out of each other. Yes, it is. Crystal ball honing in here, and you can see some of the history of Blood Bowl and about what happened in Albion. Read it for yourself there, or don't.
That's just word saying he can't read.
Yeah, I don't believe in reading unnecessarily. I'm not reading unless they pay me for it.
It's so overrated.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. So, how the coaches feel. We got the coaches in the chat. I don't, once the game starts, they'll probably just be locking in and calling plays and going secret. But what are you hoping for from your guys today, Coach Beers, the home coach, as we interview you right before the match?
Just hoping we bring our armor today, as always.
Nice. And what about you, Doomfrog? Any key speeches you gave to your team today? Keys to victory for today?
Try not to die as much as you did last time.
Nice. Always good advice.
Okay. All right.
Always good advice.
Is this the first time these two teams have been playing? Like, yes, right? It should be pretty close to the first time.
First time Doom and I have played in league matches.
Nice.
Yeah, I've played Doom a lot because we were in the CL together for a long time. So
CL for life.
That is the Challenge League, in case you're not familiar with the MML setup, which is kind of like the minor league version of. They're in the pros now, so just to give you the heads up for anybody who does not follow MML.
the thing is, if he beats me tonight, I'm going to drive 2 hours east, and I'm going to pound him in real life.
Oh.
That's right.
No, you're probably gonna buy him a beer, and then you guys can get drunk together.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're gonna show up on his doorstep, and then you're gonna say sorry for my harsh words.
Jess just kind of got cut off there. Is he there? Am I? Anybody
Can
else
you hear me?
Not hearing him?
I can hear Jess.
Yeah.
I cannot hear Jess now. All of a sudden.
Oh, why? You can't hear me now, Rand?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh, look,
Yes.
Verizon commercial coming up.
All right.
Come on, Verizon, sponsor us. Let's go.
That's what we need. All right.
Good luck,
All right.
dude.
So is this
Good luck.
Norse kicking or Norse getting the ball? Norse getting the ball.
Norse kicking the ball. No, Norse is getting the ball. Yeah, sorry.
Receiving.
Norse receiving. The weather is nice. A gentle gust of wind catches the ball on its way up into the air and blows it 2 meters in another direction. And it has landed. And now, for your viewing enjoyment, let's see what happens.
Everybody wants, right?
Yes,
That's the kickoff
exactly.
event everybody wants.
Lorenzo Brown leads off with a stun on Droppy Lips. Is that Droppy Lips? That's
Yes,
Droppy Lips. I assume he was trying to spell Droopy Lips and messed it up. But it works, whatever works.
That's
Parents got
Beers.
problems.
That's Beers.
Ice Pick Shakur dropping the elbow. Those elbows ain't going nowhere. The Norse are throwing them left and right very aggressively, but they're not doing the trick. And Kyle Lowry is going to punch. He's going to put his hands on Scobie like that entitled white owner did to the real Kyle Lowry in real life during the game. Yeah, I said it.
that white owner that's getting kicked out.
Yeah, he did.
He's getting kicked out.
Yeah, he is. He's good for him too. I heard they're forcing him to sell his shares. Suspended for a year, and they made the team itself maybe forcing him to sell his shares.
Well, they should.
Yeah, that dude would never have done that at
if
they were out at some bar or something like that. But for some reason he felt he felt entitled to do that at that moment. All right, what's going on here? And it looks like they're loading up on Trish Rustlust. The Norse know what Trish can do. He is a skilled guardsman. He's got some nasty tail poking out from behind them, and they don't want that on them. So here comes Cheney to try to do some damage. He's going to knock Trish down to the ground and break that armor with the claws, but he's just going to stun him. It's just a stun him. We'll see. We may be seeing Trish again, barring some kind of crazy events. So now all the hits are hitted out, and there's nothing to do but pick up the ball with Free Six. I guess that's a reference, maybe to Free Six Mafia. Is that a 3-6 Mafia reference, or is that a Toronto reference because of the 6? I don't know. We'll have to ask Drake.
A reference to the
Drake knows.
particular pizza delivery chain down here. It's,
in Toronto.
It's a cross between their phone numbers 736-3636, not 736-3636.
Ah, is that the commercial?
It's halfway between the two.
That is a clever commercial because all I want now is free sex, free sex, free sex.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Who doesn't?
Wanna fuck for free? Blood Bowl After Dark.
That's why you don't get married. I mean, did I say that?
Yikes. Bitter much? Oh, damn. For those of you that are watching, I realized I didn't switch over the title of this. It's this is not Musalon Morningstars versus the Hopeless Necromantics. The only game that we managed to tie this year so far. It is week 3.
You didn't even retitle it for our game? Man.
Yeah. Awful. It's an awful year. The Necromantics start every season pretty rough. It's kind of like our thing. Dig ourselves in a hole and see if we can avoid relegation.
Well, last season Plague went 0-3 to start the season, and then has now gone 8 in a row.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
2 of those wins were against the Necromantics. You know, it's pretty
Son
good.
of a bitch.
I'll take it.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like, well, I would say that your team has our number lately, but then again, everybody has our number lately. So there goes DeLon Wright. Another reference to a Raptors player, I believe.
For the Magritas.
Former Raptors player at this point. Yes.
There you go.
So, Doom, you been watching the basketball? You been watching the basketball?
I have been.
Watching the basketball.
About watching basketball, you get excited for the Toronto to, lose.
Whoa.
Doom, you were one of those guys cheering for KD's injury, weren't you?
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Dirty
100%.
bastard.
Actually, can I just point something out? And I'm actually surprised no one's mentioned this. They were not cheering for Toronto. If you watch it carefully, they're not cheering because he's injured. I don't think they noticed he was injured. He got injured while turning over the ball, and they scored. They were cheering the turnover and the score.
Oh, no, everybody saw him fall. Everybody saw him fall and started cheering.
I mean, come on.
Listen,
You're not selling that ice to these Eskimos.
I was watching it. I was seeing the thing, and then they go back, they look. I didn't even know he was injured until they went back to him.
As soon as he went down, I was like, he's done.
I mean, your own players, Serge Ibaka and all those guys were, like, actively had to go to the crowd. I'm like, stop cheering, guys.
Well,
that's not cool.
Well, they did, and again, the crowd should have noticed sooner. But I think they were following the ball more than they were what was actually going on the.
Well, I'll say, Doom, you better stop defending the Raptors and start defending your players right now.
I'm with you, Doom. I'm with you. Don't listen to them. Don't listen
30
to them.
seconds in.
Sad Knicks fans. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Knicks fan.
As a Knicks fan, I'm used to.
There's no team in Montana.
Hey, I was really sad about the KD injury because we were hoping to get him, and knowing the Knicks, we might still take him, hurt and all, sink a bunch of money into him, and then watch him never be the same player again, like Grant Hill or something.
Or Gordon Hayward, who Celtics picked up. Like,
yeah. So, yes, thanks for joining us for NBA Talk here on twitch.tv/SeriousJest.
We're all pretty much, we can't pay attention.
We have ADD.
We can't focus
severe
on
ADD. It is severe ADD. And there's a lot of potential for hits here. It's just we got to see which hits the Norse decide to take. And this really is the tension here. You could cut it with a knife just because these teams both have the potential to wreck the other really badly. So it's kind of this game might come down to who goes up in attrition, who takes an attrition advantage first. Cheney gonna come in here with the one die and hit Max Darthmoy. Unable to break the armor on the big guy though, and that's scary. Could end up biting him in the hay. You don't want that guy getting up with his very strong, his big strength, and his mighty blow ability, and his talent as a guard.
He does have a mightily blowing ability, right?
Because he's really good at blowing. Blood Bowl after dark. Oh, we're gonna see a pass in here, and this is one of those situations where.
That's 4 ones in a row for him catching passes.
Still, it's one of those situations where Free Six did not have to throw it. He could have handed the ball off, and had he decided to do that, the ball would have been caught. And then the next dies.
Oh, because of the
yeah, because the throw took the good die, the one good die he had. And then if you move somebody next, then you wouldn't double one. But if you didn't move somebody next, then you would have doubled one on whatever that was, through a block or whatever.
Did that even make sense? Was that supposed to make sense?
What's that?
What you just said, the words that you just said.
Yeah, if you well, the way the dice work is you don't each get your own dice. They're shared dice. So whoever gets the next die, like it's whatever's next in the sequence. So Free Six ended up.
Is that actually confirmed?
Yeah, that was confirmed. Well, in my time as a Sea Ladder admin, I got to interact directly with our focus guys, like Nithios and Guillaume. And there is some wiggle room as to they don't know exactly how everything was programmed, but that was what I was told was how it works generally.
I mean, I've always thought that, and it makes sense that it works that way. But it gets you trapped in that mentality. Like, if I wouldn't have done that move, I would have rolled those dice. You know.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could see it though. That I mean, if Free Six spent the 4, I think that he rolled on the pass, which if he hadn't rolled that die, then immediately Spicy P would have caught it with the 4.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 dice would have been 2s, and then so. But you burn a die by moving. So if
Wait, was that a reroll? That wasn't a reroll, right?
Oh, and Willem Cheney is injured. That was a pylon right there. I don't think I saw the reroll, but that hurts, and he does not regenerate. That is the last we've seen of the Wolf Star. He came out, put somebody on the ground, stunned him, one of the Chaos Warriors, with his claws, and he is gone. And that's all the claws the Norse will have for the night. That's a problem. That is a big problem. And yes, that was a reroll. It looks like Ulo Tail initially not successful on the block. Would have not been successful on the block, but he did some extra training this week with blocking, and that allowed him to be precise, knock the wolf to the ground. First, he was just dazed, but then the pylon with that nasty elbow puts him out for the rest of the game. And the war of attrition has begun. Magrita with not missing any players, and the Norse already down 2 on the field anyway. There's the 1 dies we love so much, and it works successfully. And another 1 die. This time he would have been punished, but again, he's another guy right there. Kyle Lowry did some extra training that week, and it works out for him.
Rerolls now, though. So.
Ouch. That's all their training that's going to help them, at least for the half. Desperately trying to keep bodies around that ball to keep Magrita from swooping in and doing what they do.
I thought Magrita just lost. I didn't know they did anything else.
They do. They like to do what they do. I mean, to Beer's credit, oh, God. So the 1 die, they are punished for the 1 dies, unlike a team like, well, let's pick a random team like maybe Plague Inc., who 1 dies at will. But here it does not work out for the Norse.
I'm pretty sure I only had like 4 1 dies. And
I think it was a little more than that. More importantly,
you didn't kill my strength, so I didn't have any strength. So 1 dies are going to happen.
Yeah. More importantly, I think it did not help that the Necromantics rolled a shit ton of 1s again. So unable to pick up the ball, unable to dodge, unable to pretty much do anything. Story of our life.
I even used a reroll that I needed.
No, you did the entire first half. You didn't use a reroll. That's Nurgle too. Not 1 reroll. You dodged a lot. Not 1 reroll used.
Well,
I noticed that.
I rerolled on half my dodges because they were not good dodges, you know.
And now it looks like Trish Rustlus got back up. He didn't like getting roughed up a little earlier. He gets up and he puts for the win in the corner. I think it's supposed for the wine, huh?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it is spelled like for the wine.
Person reference, yeah.
Lorenzo Brown is getting knocked out, and now that AV7 is starting to show. That's a piler honor.
Pile honor.
And, Ice Pick Shakur is going to hold tight. Keep his head up, if you know what I mean.
I'm just not going to even
dad jokes.
Respond.
Love the dad jokes. They're good for you and me. Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
No.
And Beers, again, to his credit, Beers' typical MO is control the match, kick the shit out of your opponent for most of the match, and then, like, do some dumb shit in turn 15 or 16 that throws the match away. So, right on schedule. Here comes the boom. Captain Moreshots lays the law down on Ludur, who is the loner today for the Norse.
Your pronunciation is just on point.
Immaculate, I know. That's what I do. I'm a linguist. A cunnilinguist. Boom! Blood Bowl after dark.
Could not read linguist.
You sound like a hater right now.
I'm
taking a hot cup of haterade.
I'm totally drinking it.
So Magrita right now trying to figure out how best to continue their domination. They've got the numbers. And there is a block on Kyle Lowry. Isn't going to put him, not even going to put him down. And is Magrita going to try for the pickup? No, they're going to leave Kettle 1 there. Oh, maybe.
Oh.
They're just going to put bodies around the ball. It looks like Magrita's being patient.
I don't want any more. All right.
As Axl Rose said, all you need is just
15?
a little.
I would have thrown it in game turn 5.
And there we go. Kyle Lowry putting down droppy lips, making them lips drop.
Drop it like it's hot.
That's what I like to do to the ladies. Make them lips drop. I don't really know what that means, but Blood Bowl after dark.
Awkward moment.
Blood Bowl after dark. And now it looks like We the Norse has some. They got some decisions to make. How are they going to do it? Ooh, here comes the one dies we know and love, and that's going to go into a red die, and it's not going to be too bad. It's going to work out okay with him. For him.
It's going to be all right. Yeah.
A little hugging action going on there.
Saves him from getting pitched off the pitch.
Yeah.
Next turn, you know?
Yeah. The good news for the Norse is they don't have that many players they have to figure out a trajectory for. Oh! Remy Martin's tail is ineffective as Longrimer? Is that Langrimer? What do you see there, Rand? Langrimer. Whatever he is. Langrimer is going to put himself in scoring position, and as he hops over Remy Martin's tail easily, Ice picks Shakur dodging away, coming with the pylon, and Remy Reefagor is injured.
It's Reefagor. Okay.
Well, potato. And
well, that's
free sex tries to go in and put his hands on that ball without consent and ends up on the ground. But luckily for the Norse, that ball taking a bounce in between Kyle Lowry and Otterdora.
And pause.
Yeah, Otterdora. This is that injury was big though. Even though it was only a loner, but it does skinny down the numbers difference to only 2 people on the pitch. A 3-man difference is a big deal. 2 you could overcome, especially when the Chaos team got a couple people stunned. Oh, no, it looks like only one, actually. The rest of those guys are Norse laying on the ground. And the Chaos Warriors start to surround Ice Pick Shakur. They don't like what he's about. They don't like his style very much.
I love his style.
And there's a lot of marking up going on here. Here comes the blitz. And that is Ulo Tail hitting Kyle Lowry. And at first you don't succeed. Try again on breaking the armor. And that one does it. The drop down on Kyle Lowry, who is injured, badly hurt. And the Norse are going to let him take a break for the rest of the match. And now the difference of 3 people on the field again as the ball drops conveniently into the hands of Kettle One, who then hands it off to, what the hell is this guy's name? Oops. Oh, Oops. There you go. Familiar Oops. Who runs over to the other side of the field, free and clear. And what we're probably going to see for the next 5 turns or so is a snuff film while Oops plays with the ball in the corner by his own end zone. Ooh, the Norse seem to be conceding the score and the rest of the half as they run this guy long from away. An attempted dodge by, I don't even know who that was. I was trying to dodge. It's all happening so fast.
Where's Ice Pick Shakur?
Ice Pick Shakur trying to dodge away, but unsuccessful. And let's see some more beatdowns. AV7 holds once again. Not a big one for fouling. Looks like Beers is just going to take dominant positions and let these Mankinis lay there on the field undisturbed. There will be no ball stomping.
So
yeah.
I'll see you guys at halftime.
There will be no ball stomping of the men in the Mankinis. Oops, going to run right over by the end zone. Everybody else pretty much going to stay in place. And this is how we do it. Oh, Ice Pick Shakur trying to make that dodge again, and this time ends up bumping his noggin on the deck. Oops, just going to sit there by the end zone. Is he? Yeah, he seems to be mooning the Norse players. He has dropped trowel and is running around with the ball over there. Blood Bowl after dark right style.
It's pretty a low blow though. Like that's not okay.
Nobody wants to see that.
Have some class. You don't want to be the American women's soccer team, celebrating that going up 13-0. Okay.
Oh, the Chaos have said we're not content to let you lay here. And in the crowd, I see my co-host of the illustrious podcast live from the Man Cave saying, "What's up?" That's Craig Mack wearing his Live Man Cave t-shirt and cheering on this Blood Bowl MML match here in week 3. Maybe we'll get Craig to call the match next week with when Magrita faces off against the Hopeless Necromantics. So the Ulfur Werner. Yep.
You're welcome, Beers.
Uh,
By the way, was that Wolf the transfer this season for you?
No, we didn't transfer anybody. We were maxed out.
Him last season.
We actually had to fire somebody.
Last season.
Oh, free sex. Unable to make the dodge. Badly hurts himself this time. And it looks like the Norse are just pretty much conceding the game at this point because that looks ugly over there. Let's look at that. That Norse sideline. Yeah, no, I get that, but that pretty much, when you go down this many players, you got 3 badly hurt, 2 knocked out, and a reserve player. It's really not looking good. Sometimes you got to consider that Apo for badly hurt, despite, But I mean, it's also the Norse saying, "Look, priorities. We don't need to win this game. We just need to keep our players alive and
Yeah, at this point, they're just, it's early in the season. Not a big deal. But you want to keep people alive for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah.
They have to play those silly infected people next week.
Oh, that should be good.
Oh, in
Wow,
that case,
so-
I will not stomp again.
Wow, Bears, wow. Jeff's already helped him out. It's okay. Jeff took out strength 5 for next week, so you can have my strength 6 beast next week.
At least the Yeti will be healthy for next week.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeti would.
We'll see how long the Yeti stays healthy, though. That's the real.
Yeah, Beers, I don't think Craig can jump in the announcer's booth now. I don't think he doesn't have access to a PS4.
Being polite, so we
Yeah.
do sorry.
But he said sign him up for next week when we play each other. By the way, Craig, I will say Magrita Misfits versus Hopeless Necromantics is one of the preeminent biggest grudges and rivalries. Oh, Ice Pick Shakur trying to dodge away. Good thing the apple wasn't used last time. But again, the coach says, Dude Frog waves him off and says, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah, it's
I
one
could
of
have
the.
lied there. I was trying to put a body on it so he had to roll a dice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that idea.
Oh, look at that. A little dancing by Oops this time.
Oops.
Oops scores. And there you go. Looking around, he's flexing his muscles. Who's he growling at? Who is he directing that growl at? You see the nice orc cheerleaders looking sexy as ever.
Up in the stands.
Doing their mountain dance. Craig says everyone's heard about that matchup. Everyone's talking about it. It's true. I mean, every year it's one of the oldest rivalries in the league. Magrita and the Hopeless Necromantics have been battling since like season 7, I think.
Season 7.
Yeah, season 8. I put it up in
No, it was
analyst.
7.
I checked it out.
Wasn't it? Didn't you
No,
go up
6.
in season 6? In the middle of season 6?
No, I started season 6. I went up season 8. Hold on. If I did a thing, hold on.
You can check bb2leaguemanager.com and check out
Looking at analyst thing. Who's that analyst thing?
the analyst. Whoa. Whoa.
That's what they call me. That's what they call me.
The analyst. Yikes. Blood Bowl After Dark. First time that Hopeless Necromantics and Magrita played each other would have been in
2003.
it'd been season 8. Yep. 2017.
Season 8. I told you, I just looked at it.
May
There it
22nd,
is.
2017.
8,
Yeah,
9,
exactly.
10, 11,
It's,
12, 13,
Yankees Red Sox
14,
ain't shit
15,
compared to the way
16.
Magrita and the Hopeless Necromantics have been going at it, and there's no love lost there.
Well, I mean, the Necromantics in play get played 4 times in 3 seasons, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're on. We've
getting
got a decent rivalry too.
there. A stupid bowl game. Neither one of us wanted.
Yeah, I think that was the way of the league trying to have us take care of each other and lessen our arsenal.
Didn't happen until this season, though. We both fucked each other this season. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Whoa! Blood Bowl After Dark. So again, we are seeing. Look at this. The
There's no
chaos
actual injuries over there, right?
Were like
They're all just badly hurt,
Yeah,
right?
they're all badly hurt, which is why the Apo still hasn't been used yet.
Yeah,
Wow, what a
so-
shitty record though, Justin. I think
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
2 clatter matches. I'm 2-2-8 versus you though.
Next week is looks like it's gonna be 3-2-8. We're
Yeah,
we're
right?
not in good shape.
No. It'd be 2-2.
You're welcome.
Sure. 2-2.
He's only got 1 wolf, dude. If you don't beat him, there's no excuse.
Ouch.
Have you seen
Are
me
you
play
saying the
Blood Bowl?
Necro rely on the wolf?
I'm saying Jeff's relying on wolves. Have you not seen what the Necromantics do for the last 10 seasons?
Wolves like to get dirty. That's what they
They
do.
bring in
Ooh.
monster-ass wolves. That are the
Little
scariest
patty
players
cake
in-
and the
Oh,
double
gosh.
skulls. But he did some extra training this week. Worked the heavy bag, and he works the Mankini bag this time. puts that dude down on the ground. That's what the loners are. That's what they're there for. That little orange sign with the little black figure on there indicates he is a journeyman. These guys, they're big fans of the team. Yeah, it's like burnt orange. Well, what does it look like to you? It looks more burnt orange. That ain't brown.
That's brown. That's brown. That's like pink brown.
No.
It's clearly orange.
Yeah.
It's not even close to orange.
Damn, you can't smell. You can't. You're colorblind too.
Hey, since I have no sense of smell, my color vision is way stronger than y'all.
Far advanced.
Right? Superior. Far more.
He's got
superior.
mutant quality colors.
You know, you lose one sense, all the other ones go amplified, right? That's the rules, right?
The top color shade, like the darker part, is on the brown side.
It's brown into tan. That's literally what it is. There's no orange in it at all.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Look at it. And here comes the boot.
Hashtag kill loners.
Oh, a little stomp in the rib area. And he's just going to shrug it off. The loner says, "That's all you got? My wife hit me harder than that on Saturday night." Actually, it's a Viking accent, right? So it's more like, "Yeah, that's all you have."
That's all you have.
What?
That's not what the Vikings sound like. Sorry.
No,
you know?
I don't know what they sound like. I really don't. Ragnar Lothbrok. And meanwhile, while this ass kickery is happening, Kettle One over there back in the corner chilling with the ball. Got these the chaos just putting the screws to the Norse. I want to know why. This is pretty much. It looks like the Norse are just like, well, you can have that ball. Just set them back so deep. Just characters are the best characters. So these loners again. Oh, he tries to jump over that tail. Can't do it. The tail catches him. Should have practiced some more jump rope this week. So the whole deal with the loners is they are not part of the team, but when a team cannot field 11 players, they are forced to purchase temporary contracts for these journeymen, who are basically guys from town who are huge fans of the team, and they train all their lives for the possible moment to make their mark in a game with their favorite team like this. So these guys have been big fans of We the Norse, following them around, and the opportunity to play for the team arose, and they took it. But, unfortunately for these guys, a lot of them end up being meat sacks, and that's kind of what we're seeing now.
Well, unfortunately for these current journeymen, is the rest of the team didn't show up.
Yeah.
So they're just getting beat on for nothing.
Yep. Absolutely true.
I love you, by the way, Doom.
Here comes the blitz. And Scobie's going to get his knuckles wet for a second there. And then he's going to run backward, but he extends his stride just a little too much and pulls up, trips, falls on the ground, but it's just his pride hurt. He'll be getting right back up next turn. Norse kind of sitting back waiting for these chaos to come do something, but Beers ain't buying it. Beers keeps getting the look from Kettle One, who obviously wants to run with this ball, but Beers holding him back and saying, "No, make them come to us."
That guy called down.
What guy?
Poor Hulo's like, somebody come down and play with me.
That guy fell down when he got punched by that guy. Or after
he came
punched
down
that
and
guy.
ran back? Is that what happened? Or?
Yeah. He fell to going for it.
A coach over here has seen so many of his players on their back. Yeah, he's over there drinking beer that he's ordered on Tavor.
Can I get another Bloodweiser, please?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why are you
Not Beers is drinking beer. Oh, a little dodgy dodge. And Langramir is going to mark up.
Pathing that thing just took? It just made an extra unnecessary dodge.
Yeah, don't rely on the automatic pathing from this game. It's absolutely horrible.
Don't go. What are you doing?
Here comes the blitz. And DeLon Wright is going to get a pow. Billy One-Eye Willie hitting the deck. Gets no respect.
Can you give him some MNZs before you lose this game, Mr. Doomfrog? I mean, guys.
What the hell's going on here? Oh, another failed dodge. The tails wrap around his waist as he tries to clear the tackle zone, and he falls down. He goes boom. Kettle One just sitting back there, holding on to the ball, just calmly looking at the crowd, blowing kisses to females in the stands. He looks kind of bored. You're going to see this classic seal over here as Captain Moreshots runs up. They're going to try to lock these two players, Langermore and DeLon Wright. Not let them dodge out. Put some bodies on people.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Bodies!
I mean, today it's just Norse bodies, but...
And here comes a little smack. Max Dartmoy is going to give DeLon Wright the business, but he's not going to break the steel mankini. And DeLon Wright's dong is still in place.
Why are you talking about DeLon Wright's dong?
Because it's Blood Bowl After Dark. Why else wouldn't I?
Touche.
Sometimes you got to talk about some dong. You say you got to crack a few huevos to make an omelet, you know what I mean? And here comes the boot. Another nasty stomp. Where is the ref? The ref is ignoring this kind of stuff. They've just been doing, Magrita's been doing this all match.
The ref's probably falling asleep.
Beer is what I need.
Look at this. Let's look at this jerk off right here. Hey, ref, what are you doing? Ugly little jerk.
I'm going to do a pause after your turn there, dude, if you're cool with it.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
A pause for a word from our sponsor. Hey, it's not like the Vikings are got anything to do but lay there at this point. Oh, look at the ref. Look. Needs some glasses. He looks like Sticks. Oh, that would make sense, too, because I think Focus had to do with, or Cyanide actually is, Cyanide developed, yeah,
Yep.
There you go. I wonder the ref looks just like
triangles.
Sticks.
They probably used the ref character for Sticks.
Yep. All right, Norse going to get up and try to make something happen. A dodge out fails. Man, these guys need to find their footing, and this time the reroll is used, and you are going to see DeLon Wright get within spitting distance of Kettle One and start barking at him. He's pointing at the ball, saying he's going to take that ball away from him.
Stop it.
Beers doesn't look happy, and now he's directing his team to start punching back. And there we go. For the wine, he's going to rock Kobe. Kobe, a little wrestle action. They're going to hug it out. But that frees up Oterdora.
I love how you pronounce these.
Oterdora? How am I supposed to pronounce that? What's the proper pronunciation? Isn't it Oterdora?
It's Oterdora.
Oterdora.
There you go. That sounded pretty good. I'll go with that.
Oterdora.
Oterdora. I can't do the NA on the O's, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that.
Oh, another failed dodge. That was good, though. I mean,
well,
that's what you want. It's better than him.
So.
Yeah, it's better than him taking a mighty blow claw hit with the pylon. And put that on the back of a T-shirt. Or on the front of a T-shirt. It's better than taking the mighty blow
just put pylon, it on a T-shirt.
Claw, mighty blow pylon. And now, Kettle One's going to move up to the other wide zone. This looks like a conga line on the other side. Like a dangerous conga line. He's going to push Longermere to a hard place. Rock me to hard place. Ouch.
Dead.
Gives him a little sazon. Oh, knockout.
Lumia.
Langrimir goes unconscious. This is a snuff film.
Spelling him just so Jessica has to keep saying his name.
Just the way he pronounces names, period, is just great. You know? It's just fantastic.
With precision, you mean? Yes.
Precision, yeah.
Beers doesn't want that that sneaky DeLon Wright coming around the back end. So he's going to try to take care of him. Unsuccessfully.
On the back end?
You're going to play a little patty cake as DeLon Wright fends him off.
Oh, yeah, I got a pass. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Need a beer.
Beer's going to get refills on the beers. And, eesh. Again, great positioning by Magrita here. Makes it very tough for any of these players to break over and get a good shot on a guy that's, you know, stronger than your average beastman. Kettle One's not the most agile beastman in the league, but he is very strong. It's going to be hard to take that ball away from him.
He's the ugly player. He's absolutely ugly.
You said he's ugly?
Yeah.
Well, we got some time. Let's take a look. Let's see here.
Take your back, Beers.
I'm back. I'm good. I got smart and I grabbed 2 this time.
All right, let's see this guy. See that ugly? Yeah, he's pretty. It's an ugly. It's not a pretty beast, man. He's got that ugly ass. He's got
like a unicorn.
He's got an ugly ass hand too.
Wow.
He's got one big hand and then an extra arm too. Is that a big hand?
No,
Why is it so
no,
huge? I just freaking.
Extra arm.
And that's a bona fide extra arm, not like the one that I got. That's not really an arm. A little whack action here going. Scobie's getting whacked for the win and knock him down. This opens up some possibilities.
The possibilities are endless.
It does kind of open up possibilities there, so. And what do you think, Rand? Was this pretty much over before we hit the second half? Just too much attrition to overcome?
Yeah, I think Doom was over it before the second half.
Yeah.
At least his team's coming out intact, but it wasn't.
So far.
It was pretty one-sided.
Ooh, that's the tackle skill kicks in. That should seal it right there. That failed dodge should seal it.
Oh, that was a tear. Okay, but put her down. She wants to go to sleep.
Little push action there. Bringing Lorinder looking over at the ball like he might get a shot at it, and then those dreams are quickly ended. As Oops is going to send him to the deck.
I mean, this has been a pretty quick game. Is it just me, or I feel like we just started it?
Yeah, I mean, because one side takes their full time, and then the other side makes a couple of moves, and it turns over.
Yeah.
Boom! A back smack. Showed him his pimp hand. And there you go, Trish Rustlust. Again, still didn't like the way he was treated in the beginning of this game by this Norse team. Artadora to the ground. It's like they're locking in those Norse players, like they're locking in the flavor, and there goes Oops is going to run by the protection of his fellow players. Oh, they still hadn't used their blitz. And there you go. You're going to see Scobie get up from the ground and give the beer drinker, is that his name? Ospegard the beer drinker is going to give him the business. I like that guy, though. His name is the beer drinker.
Hire that guy.
Yeah. Droppy lips is going to hit Delon right. It's going to make him uncomfortable for a second there. And
Ospegard.
on the north side of plays here, they still got some tricks up their sleeves.
I mean,
you never know.
They don't wear sleeves, so that's the answer. That
Yeah. Truth. Norse trying to figure out,
this
calculating.
Chaos team is so ugly. Look at the ugly tails.
Yeah, it's not fun. I do not look forward to playing Magrita next weekend. Yes, he breaks free. Delon Wright breaks free to take a shot at Captain Mooreshots, who then breaks his leg. And the Apothecary is coming out. Does not want to have him missing next game.
Help, man.
The Apothecary ineffective. That pinched nerve is so the Apothecary manages to use some kind of weird technique where he's rubbing his hands together for a while and then puts hot fire on the broken leg, and the bone is magically healed, but then he ends up pinching his nerve. I guess it was too much for his body to take, and he's still going to be out next game, but for a different reason.
Nothing been going right for the Norse today.
Not at all. Players are getting surrounded. Players are getting hounded. What's going to happen?
Well, thanks, Beers. I appreciate the help with that. Dude did that to himself. I guess Dude did that to himself, but
Beers, this is Beers' favorite thing to do. He doesn't have to hit anybody. He just stands there and lets them hurt themselves.
I don't have to say sorry then.
and yet you
He says, "Hey," he says, "Don't come to me, okay? That was a boot. That was a boot. His own fault."
He put his boots in his nose. Not my fault. Sorry.
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 And the Ulferwerner failing to dodge away.
Story of the game: failed Norse dodgos. I mean, granted, they're trying like 5+ dodgers, but
There's a loner left. Oh, there's a loner left.
Uh-oh. Beers gets to fulfill his foul fantasies
Kill
here.
the loner!
hey, Doom is a proponent of the turn 16 foul, so you know he's always backed me up on the turn 16 foul. So
Yeah, but I have to put them on their back to do it.
Just saying, it's a loner. Come on. Loner. One thing Shots taught me was kill the loner. I didn't say Harry. Harry taught me to kill war dancers. And
I was tempted to foul Jesse last week on turn 16, but out of respect. Nothing it's just out of
insert
respect.
foot in mouth.
I respect Jess enough to where I would turn 16 foul him.
I'm glad he did you then. Bam!
Being that we're conference mates, that would probably not be beneficial to you, because I would spend the rest of our games making up for
Well, I mean, it would be beneficial if I knocked out one of your gnarly, stupid players.
Yeah, man,
who's been around forever.
That freaks.
In the long run, though, it wouldn't help you, because I would return the favor.
Have you seen the last 2 games? Your team cannot play against Plague.
The dice will eventually turn around again. Oh, another failed dodge. And
Tail,
God, this is just tough to watch.
Tail.
Tentacles is better than tail, just so you know.
Not this season.
And look at
We're
that,
still living.
running around in
Oh, just saying, we're still living.
a circle
Your
and
tail's
celebrating.
alive,
It's
your
Kettle
tentacles are
1.
dead.
Since Kettle 1 lost some agility, he's no longer been the same
No, it was a
ball
damn
carrier.
lightning bolt. He took 5 and finally couldn't bounce back.
But you know, so this is an opportunity he's not always going to get, being so low on agility at this point, is to be the ball carrier. But
You know,
this time
Camry
around,
only have Agi 2, so people
Yeah.
who complain about Agi 2 are lame.
Oh, what do I do, Doom? What do I do?
Let him turn 16 foul. Oh,
Get him put on the line.
put Ulo on the line. Let him turn 16
jeez,
foul.
look at all those guys laying on the side over there.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight for the Norse box.
It's not as bad as last week's box.
Who did you play last week?
DM Devil, and there was 2 skulls.
Yeah, they friggin'
Oh, yeah.
They killed 2
It's
of my
like-
guys.
Are we sure we're not in the CL this season, guys? It's like I'm in the CL again, playing against DM and Doom.
Well, this is
And Kel.
DM's 3rd time in the friggin' bros, I think.
I know, but I've played. Oh, and Colorado. Yeah, I played all of them in the CL though.
Yeah, we were all.
Colorado and I
have
have a nice little rivalry now.
Not as long as Jest and I, though. Just saying.
I said nice little. Okay.
Oh, little. Okay. I didn't hear that.
Y'all
My
have
bad.
such.
I don't understand the y'all part. You're not southern, so it kind of confused me.
Whoa.
Pretty
what?
northern. Pretty northern.
So I mean, we're Western. Y'all's a Western thing. Y'all.
No, it's a southern thing. Come
No,
on.
you don't know anything.
Oh,
stop, Brandon.
He calls me back. Just drop a Brandon bomb.
He said, "You just call me by my government name."
Wait, that's my son's name. I wasn't talking to you. He was crying
Good
because the
name.
puppy bit him.
Good
Just do-
name.
Not
See,
Brandon.
they named his kid after
Brandon. Brandon.
That's
No D.
right.
No D.
No, doesn't work.
Yeah, Bran. It's Bran. It's Bran named after the Game of Thrones character.
Bran
you
the
know,
American.
Bran. Yes. Which I
Named him
don't.
after me. Everybody heard it. Everybody watching heard it.
I named him after the book
him.
Bran, not the show Bran. Just so you guys know. Stop, Brandon. Go.
Wow, so this is the
ignoring
Norse
Gears
lining
'cause-
everybody up on the line of
That's
scrimmage.
great.
They're not even sitting anybody back for the ball. And lucky for them, the ball is right next to
It was
it.
an indie when we went and met each other. Great.
Oh, I miss Indy. I mean, Indy was directly related to a divorce, so I mean, I can't not miss it, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Probably the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean,
Doom, you went to Vegas,
it
didn't
was
you?
a sad time.
There goes the
Yeah,
elbow
so
drop
close.
and ineffective. Droppy lips will continue
It's tough,
intact
Momo.
lips.
Very cool. Very cool.
Can we just call him Droopy Lips? Because I'm pretty sure that's what he's supposed to be, right? So,
Yeah,
What's
but
droopy lips?
well, you
Droopy
forgot
lips.
the
His
O.
lips are pretty droopy, okay? He's
You
kind of got an
forgot,
issue.
you forgot it. You forgot an O.
He's having
if
a
you want to
stroke.
call it Droopy.
No, he's
He's having a
droopy.
stroke.
He's droopy.
Brand, are you
Droppy.
ready for it?
Oh, snap. Turn 16 foul.
For
Oh, shoot!
No! Yes, kill that misspell that.
Oh, no. Wait till the hate
Dang
mail
it.
comes in tomorrow. MML fans saying, not the MML way.
MML way. Oh my gosh.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Don't even go down this road. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, I love the MML. Okay, I absolutely love it. It's my favorite thing ever in the history of ever. Okay.
Gosh, how long we've been in it now? 2.5 years?
I'm gonna argue. Yeah.
I mean, more than sliced bread?
Everybody.
You like it more than
Yes,
sliced bread?
More than sliced bread.
Oh, Spicy P
Okay,
completes the pass.
But I'm gonna argue with
Good
anybody
game,
who
dude.
says turn 16 fouls out of is bad. I'm gonna argue all day with that.
It's bad, okay? Okay.
It's not bad. It's not like drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Okay.
Drugs bad. But they're legal here. Just saying.
Truth. Truth.
That's not a
Well,
drug.
truth shall set
You legalize. You
Oh,
legalize an
that
herb. Get out of here.
So it looks like Oops got the MVP. That's fitting. And then Lorenzo Brown also picks up the MVP. And he pretty much deserved it. He was fighting it out till the
Yeah,
end.
he
But
played well.
He injured himself.
both teams going to walk out of here clean with no permanent injuries. And that's a win for both
On
teams.
this next game, I think that was it.
Oh, yeah. That was on the Norse, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the Berserkers, I think.
And this was a...
Yeah, strength 4, agility 4 game.
This was a beatdown. But
75% ball possession.
Oh, it's my runner. That's even worse.
Oh, it's your runner.
It's not worse. It's good. Thanks, Beers.
let's take a look at
Danix? I suppose.
No.
yeah. So damn, Magrita sitting at this will be fun because next week it looks like Magrita will be giving up inducements to the Necromantics, so maybe you'll be seeing a wizard there, big guy.
We're gonna see Hack. We're gonna see a wizard. We're gonna see God knows Genie.
See
we're
fun
gonna see
stuff.
fucking baby. We're gonna see fucking baby. We're gonna see a lot of boots.
And still, the Norse is going to be giving up inducements to Plague. It looks like.
Wizard. I'm getting a wizard against the Norse.
Nice.
No, probably gonna be bribes just because it's Doom.
So just like we called it out, Georgia Goons are going to be facing off against the Tree Dogs. That's the last game of the play pool for the week, and then we'll know where everybody stands. But Plague Inc. still going to be the top dog. Magrita's going to be sitting in second place. You said that's Saturday? Potentially tied for second place if the Goons win. But the Tree Dogs really kind of need a win or a tie here to try to avoid relegation. Yeah, and they're a pretty beat up team. Running the
Tree Dogs kind of ran through. Yeah, they kind of ran through a bad.
Yeah, our conference is not as bad for Wood Hills. Yeah.
He went Tentacles, Tails, and then he's on to Orcs. Like, it's 3 bad matches in a row. Really,
yeah.
So poor guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, this whole play pool is pretty much bad matches. I mean, when you play against first 4, you have a bad matchup. So
yeah,
it happens.
Yep.
So any of these teams do that. That's one thing I like. I said it in the pre-show. I said this is one thing about this play pool. It's
brutal, man.
It's brutal. Like even the elves can bounce next week and bounce back and just do elfy crap because they're up against orcs this time. There's no tail. There's no tentacles.
Well, this is our
back, but
third season with the first 4 as it is right now, right? We've had 3 seasons now with all 4 of us. And we have to play each other every season. And it's 4 bashy teams that are just brutal to each other. You know?
Mine's the least bashy. I would really say I live with the hybrid.
Get out of here.
Mine's the least bashy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How's mine? Yeah, I got
I only had 1 claw. He had 2 last week. I only had 1, so he was already out back. You also
claw doesn't mean shit though. No, I don't.
More mighty blow than me. Well, I only had 2 mighty blows. So
that's all I have.
Yeah, you do.
That's all I have.
And you have 2 claw.
You go to
I only have 2 mighty blow too.
They got that guard is insane.
We're pretty close.
Insane on the goons. I can't even compete with it right now.
All right, fellas.
Insane.
I'm getting dirty looks from our sponsor over here, so I'm gonna have to bail.
That's like Niagara Falls.
I'll holler at you guys later. Good game, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Thanks, y'all.
Big middle finger to Craig Mack. I'll let you guys later.